Today I want to make a video for my past self because I thought making this video for him would be very, very helpful, like him like a few years ago. But again, I don't know for sure. And I wouldn't go to the past to change anything because every single thing I've done has led me to this point right here. Let's talk about compassion. Compassion basically means like that healthy concern and care for others. It can also be like, I think, caring for yourself as well, but I think it's a bit of a different word. But anyway, compassion is something I feel like I've struggled a lot. I have very high standards for myself and how I do things and how I should act and how I should, do everything. What ends up happening is that I put those standards towards other people too. Like, for example, at the gym, if I see somebody not training to failure, I'm kind of thinking them as a bitch. I'm kind of thinking like, I'm starting to think negative towards that guy because I get this view of him like, okay, he's not training to my standards. Understanding this can be very, very helpful. It's a psychological fact that how you think towards other people correlates to how you think towards yourself. And I think more often than not, it can be a negative thing because we judge people. We think negative towards other people, right? What ends up happening that way is when we think negative towards other people, it correlates to how we think about ourselves. You can think about it in a way that we think about ourselves as people, if that makes sense. So if you feel that people are not important or somebody is not that important, right? You never can have this very deep down feeling about yourself like that you're important, right? But if you feel compassion towards other people, you will have more compassion towards yourself, which will most likely make your life better because you are thinking more positive things towards yourself and you're having this healthy concern and healthy like pity for yourself, right? So in this video I want to cover the whole chapter. It's not that long, but like the main points there, because I think this video can literally like change people's lives if you just listen to what I'm saying and like take these things and just like think about them, bro. I've learned these things from a book called Psychocybernetics. I actually read it currently on my Kindle. I've finished like 50% of the book ish, and reading that book has, first off, it has brought my passion to reading. I really, really like reading right now. Like whenever I go to the treadmill, for example, I always like to read. Whenever I'm about to go to sleep, I like to read, and I would like to read right now too. Like, and I'm not even trolling, but I want to get more other things done because I think reading is just like fun for me. I feel good about it. The first lesson I want to talk about is deal with people as people and not as pawns in your game. In the chessboard, there's queen, there's king, there's all of those different types of people, all of those different types of things. And there are pawns too, and you can move the pawns, right? If we deal with people like pawns in our own game. For example, you need a ride to the gym and somebody at home could bring you there, but he's kind of busy doing something. But you just think about it as a pawn in your own game that, okay, I need a ride to the gym. Whatever he's doing is not that important. So I can just like go stop him and ask for a ride and then just kind of demand for the ride. How he's going to feel towards you and about the whole situation is pretty uncomfortable because you are thinking of him as a pawn in your own game, which gets like a kind of this loop to this whole topic, right? We need to deal with people as people, not as pawns in our own game. Because what ends up happening is we tend to start just seeing people as not as important. We see them as literally pawns, as okay, can I get a benefit from this people? Can I get a benefit from doing this with this guy? We don't have any compassion, and we don't think about them as important, which leads to the first thing, which is that it correlates how we feel about ourselves. So yeah, that's about dealing with people as people, not as pawns in your own game. Next thing I want to talk about is stop judging, blaming, hating, or thinking negative towards other people. Like no matter what they do, no matter their mistakes, no matter if they are obese, for example. Like that's something I used to just think about, and I still kind of think about when I see somebody that's obese and that unhealthy. I just get this like kind of ick, like fuck, like how are you doing that to yourself? And talked about the first topic was it correlates to how you view yourself. But that in itself is a negative thought, because you could make the argument that, okay, if you feel that way towards obesity, you're never gonna get obese yourself, right? But still, for me, I don't want to use my mental space to think negative towards other people. I rather think positive thoughts and pleasant thoughts. Like, I don't know that guy's story. I don't know what has happened to him that has led him to that point in his life that he's, obese right now, for example. I don't know that. Of course, it's not healthy to be obese, but I just don't know. And I shouldn't judge him based on, what I'm seeing in that moment right there. It just doesn't make any sense. And it doesn't better my life. That's the thing. Like, if I start thinking negative towards him, like, oh, like, how can he let himself be like that? Like, bro, that thought is gonna carry over to my whole day, because I just keep thinking and looping the thing in my thoughts that, okay, I saw that obese guy and he should lose the weight, and I just get like a bit pissed. That's what usually happens. So that's something I'm really working on, and I feel that I made some very good progress, and I think this book has literally like skyrocketed my progress on this thing. Next thing I want to talk about is try to develop a genuine appreciation for others by realizing the truth about them. They're a child of God. They are their own unique persona, creative guy being. So just like bear that in mind when you deal with people. Everybody is unique. Everybody is a child of God, and we should treat them that way. That's like, I think that kind of like just puts it together. I don't even really need to say anything else. It's just that they are a unique human being, and we should treat them that way. Next thing I want to talk about is taking the time to stop and thinking how or what the other person feels and wants. Let me give you a story on this so it's easier to understand. A wife asked his husband, "Do you love me?" Husband answered, "Yes, when I stop and think about it." Kind of like in a childish, funny way. But there's actually like a deeper meaning behind that, like a deeper truth we should understand, which is that we cannot feel about others unless we stop and think about them. We cannot really feel anything about them. We need to actually stop and think about them. And I'm kind of just saying the same loop over and over again. But I feel like that's something people just don't do. We just don't actually stop and think how somebody else is feeling and how we should act upon them. And just that they are their own unique persona being. They have their own problems, own things in life, own trauma, and they just see the whole situation differently, right? So just when you get into a social interaction with somebody, take the time to stop and think how he feels or how does he want to be treated and things like that. The next thing is act as if people are important and treat them that as they are important human beings. Think about their feelings. Always treat every single person you meet with a thought that they are important. I should treat them that way, that they are important. Because again, this kind of correlates, or this kind of goes back to the first topic of the video, which was how you feel towards other people is going to correlate to how you feel yourself, right? I don't know you. I don't know who's looking at this video. I don't know if even anybody is watching this video. I'm just talking to my past self here. And the thing is that you might judge me for having messy hair right here, having my script for the video right here on my computer, being in a weird room. What essentially happens because you judge me for these things, you're gonna judge yourself with you're gonna view yourself with the same kind of perspective. I can give you a very good story. My example of this situation was that I tend to get sad when I saw YouTube videos from people maybe not getting a lot of views and crying their ass off and just talking to the camera in the video, and it's a long video, not really edited. It has smaller views. I don't think the views anymore at least bother me, but more so the thought that they're crying their ass off while everybody else is, or this was the thought everybody else is doing the same shit and just kind of not believing them in a way. So that correlated to me how I feel about recording YouTube or recording any videos. Because the thing is that I do social media for few companies right now, and whenever I record at my home gym, where I just record like videos for them, it's way harder for me to record if there's people around me, because my view of myself is that I'm cringe recording the video and talking to the camera, because that's how I'm viewing other people doing the same thing. And that's literally like a full fucking story, like a real story that is happening to me constantly. But since I've been reading this book called Psychocybernetics, I've been really learning to not think so negatively towards others. And what happens now is that I'm recording a video just like many other people on YouTube, like many other YouTubers are doing. Like I kind of got motivated because my short where I showed my like body transformation blew up. It got like, it has like 500,000 views right now. I gained like over 800 subscribers from that video alone. So it just kind of motivated me to do a longer form video. In my YouTube channel, I want to focus on just improving myself this way, because the thoughts of like the fear of judgment, because like that fear of judgment is getting smaller because I'm learning to view that thing in a different way. So I don't feel like as cringe recording this video right now, even though it's kind of like uncomfortable for me because everybody's gonna see it and whatever, and people might judge me for that. But I have this like kind of like a fire, like a passion that this really improves me as a person, because I just stop caring as much about what other people think. And the thing is that I love to talk about this, like things that I learned in the books, and I'm very passionate about those things. Doing videos on social media where I teach the lesson I've learned to my past self, or you recording this video, but like I'm kind of viewing my past self as like watching this video, who would have really gotten a lot of value out of this video. So it's like I can kind of teach my audience these things, and at the same time I'm learning them more by myself, because I want to, what is the word, like practice what I preach. If I preach this kind of view on other people and how you shouldn't judge people and etc., I will, you know, be more likely to do that too, like not judge others, think positively towards others. And bro, I read the chapter like I think yesterday or the day before that, and I'm already feeling just so much better about myself. And just like at the gym, like I just smile to people. I think I'm trying to think that they are important, and that way I'm just feeling so much better in my head, because I feel like there's a lot of mental struggles I'm having, and I've been always kind of having, like from like, you know, high school times. So like bro, reading and learning these things just changed my life, bro. Because bro, if you want to learn about a topic, you can just search it up on Google. Let's say you want to learn how to lose body fat, you search how to lose body fat book or losing body fat book, and you just pick up the first book that comes up, and then you just buy it and start reading it. And there's literally somebody who's been on the path for tens of years, like fucking 10 to 50 years, for example, and he has put it all the knowledge on one book, right? So it's the same with this book. This book I'm reading right now on my Kindle, Psychocybernetics. Why I say the name so many times is because I really want you to remember the name, because it's a life-changing book, I would say. I wanted to learn something about mental health just to better myself, and I literally found that book because I was searching for it. I kind of had it listed. I have like a list of books that I want to read from like a course I used to be in. I just picked a book and just started reading it, and now I'm so like just so fired up to read more. Like bro, I rather read than watch like YouTube videos, because bro, like it's nice to not have to force these things, you know. This video too, like I don't have any pressure about how this video will perform. I don't have pressure about anything, and I don't really want to have that pressure, because it just takes a lot of the fun out of this, because this is just like a side thing I want to do, right? How you feel about others will correlate to how you feel about yourself too. So think positively towards others. Stop blaming, judging, hating on others for whatever they do, whatever mistakes they might do in your like perspective, and just share more positive thoughts to others. And again, the book's name is Psychocybernetics. I really recommend to read it. Goodbye.